up, we're talking to Jason Weber, the PR director of Psychopathic Records, one of the hosts of the gatherings of the Juggalos. Don't go anywhere. Jacob, sure. The Juggalo movement has been getting a lot of attention lately, from music bloggers to Vice reporters and even the FBI. Despite all the media attention, misconceptions about the subculture still persist. To help explain this movement, we're joined by Jason Weber, the director of public relations for Psychopathic Records, the label who represents Insane Clown Posse, and host of the yearly gathering of the Juggalos. Welcome, Jason.
Thank you for having me. How you guys doing?
Good, thank you for coming on. So we would like to set the record straight about the lifestyle. Can you define what exactly it means to be a Juggalo?
Well, I think if you were to ask that question to 10 different Juggalos, you would get 10 different answers. So rather than give the definitive answer of what being a Juggalo is all about, I'll just say what it means to me. And that is, to me, being a Juggalo is all about just being the ultimate individual, in the sense that it's not about being cool. It's not about being hip. A Juggalo is a nonconformist, and they're proud to be a nonconformist. I think Popeye is a Juggalo because Popeye's motto is "I am what I am, and that's all that I am." That's a very Juggalo motto to have, you know. And so you have these groups, this group of men and women, most of whom, don't fit in, shall we say, mainstream society, and they are, they've always been the outcasts, but they've always been united in their love of Insane Clown Posse music under the umbrella of ICP and the Dark Carnival, and that's really what connects Juggalos together.
I would love to see Popeye at a gathering, and in fact, the 15th annual gathering of the Juggalos just happened, and from the news coverage that I saw, it appears the festival is pretty popular now amongst non-Juggalos too. Do you think that the festival's lost any of its authenticity?
Oh, no, not at all. I mean, put it this way. The gathering of the Juggalos is still sponsored and put on 100% by Psychopathic Records. You don't see Pepsi sponsoring the gathering. You don't see Anheuser-Busch sponsoring the gathering. It's not Starbucks presents the 15th annual gathering of the Juggalos. This is all completely independent. It's all completely underground. So while the gathering has attracted a lot of attention from the mainstream in recent years, no, I think it still is very underground. We have a lot of curiosity seekers from the media and from some attendees and everything who want to go to the gathering to try to figure out what it's all about. But no, I don't think it has lost any of its authenticity. I think it's just as underground as it ever was.
Well, speaking of media representation, the media portrayal of Juggalos often follows the same script of being rowdy and obnoxious and drug-using fans. I don't think that that's too bad for a festival, but do you think this is a fair representation of the group?
No, and the biggest misconception about Juggalos is that they're all the Juggalo stereotype. And we can call it for what it is. Everybody thinks that Juggalos are white, they are from a lower socioeconomic class, and they're all drug users and they're all criminals. Well, our attorney, Ferris Haddad, is a Juggalo, and he is Middle Eastern, and he also is one of the most successful attorneys in Michigan, and he's been a Juggalo since age 12. So there you have it. So no, you can't pigeonhole Juggalos. There are Juggalos of all ages. I mean, this year at the gathering, we had grandparents bringing their grandkids to the gathering. We had people of all ethnicities, all shapes and all sizes. No, the Juggalo family is extremely diverse.
But unfortunately, Jason, the FBI are calling Juggalos a, quote, loosely organized hybrid gang in their 2011 gang report. This lawsuit to remove that title was dismissed. Do you think it's unfair to have the Juggalos on the gang list, and have you ever felt unfairly profiled?
Well, let's do some comparison. Okay. Great gangs in America: Bloods, Crips, Aryan Brotherhood, Juggalos. As they say on Sesame Street, one of these things is not like the other. It's nonsense. I mean, the whole I mean, the FBI had some very, very weak reasonings for putting Juggalos on the gang list. It would take way too long to explain the whole background of the case right now. But no, I mean, the fear of Juggalos is completely unfounded. It is all based on discrimination and fear of the unknown. This is America. We tend to try to repress that which we do not understand. You know. And the Juggalos, I think, are the last real subculture in America. Most other subcultures that have been out in the last 100 years or so, from punks to mods to rockers, they've all been absorbed by the mainstream. Juggalos haven't. You take the punk movement. Nowadays, people are calling themselves punks, but they're buying all of their punk gear in shopping malls. I'm sorry, but if you buy your Manic Panic hair dye at Forever 21, that's not very punk rock. Sorry.
Do you think there are any Republican Juggalos? Just a personal question.
Actually, yes, and I know quite a few of them. They will post quite a bit on the social media pages of ours and everything. And so no, I mean, there are Juggalos who are Republicans, Democrats, Libertarians. But like I said, the Juggalo, the span of the Juggalo family is extremely wide.
Well, Jason, I, for one, support the Juggalos, and I think they are definitely being unfairly profiled by the FBI.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for joining us. For more on the gathering of the Juggalos and Insane Clown Posse, visit psychopathicrecords.com. Coming up, Brett Gelman of the show Married will be joining us, and we'll get to the bottom of his recent Twitter rants. Don't go anywhere.
You got that jug of love.
I do.